Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm Tim Niederreiter. I'm an author and a little crazy, actually, as it turns out, because right now I'm in the process of this new project. And it has been going for, let me count, about 7 hours. This is the video, and the stream is going live at about 6:30 Central Standard Time, a little after 6:30. And yeah, I have a challenge before me. As you may guess from the title of this stream and this video, this is the 24-hour novel project or challenge or whatever. I'm kind of taking inspiration a little bit from Chris Fox and his wonderful channel where he talks about that sort of stuff, talks about how he's writing challenges. He's done that in the past. But regardless, I'm here. I'm an independent author, but just because you write fast doesn't mean you have to revise fast. Take that to heart, because when I write this book, it will not be released a whole lot very soon, probably maybe in a month or two, because I do have a full-time job as a writer now, and I'm going to use it. So tonight is the 24-hour novel project meeting its big moment. And actually, I need to share this stream, so give me a second here. I do not know how to do that, but I will figure it out. Let's see. Geez, I am not that good at the technology, so boomer, that's me, I guess, tonight. So regardless, I have been preparing. Like I say, this is not the beginning of the challenge. This is not the beginning of the 24-hour novel, the 24-hour challenge. No, this is actually the middle, more or less, the beginning middle, the late middle of the project, because when you're doing a book in 24 hours, and I mean, obviously no one does this. This is going to be a 100,000 word novel, and I plan to do it before 11 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. Have it all drafted. Obviously, the editing will go for a while after that. I mean, who knows? That's not part of the challenge. This is just for the rough draft. Because I have this wonderful dictation software, and I've got this wonderful dictation device. And I have the time that allows me to do this. These are all the quid pro quos, the things you got to keep in mind that make me able to do this. So don't feel bad if you're a writer and you can't, and you think, oh, that's insane. And please don't look down on me either. I mean, I've been writing for 17 years. I've never done this many words in a night before, obviously, or in a day even. But to do 100,000 words before I go to sleep again is going to be a little nuts. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be crazy. I'm really excited, as you can probably guess. Probably see. So anyway, this is let me go over what I've done for preparation. So this idea I've had, it's been marinating for about a year, maybe a little more than that, and maybe a little less. Who knows? I never really know when the ideas start, but lately this one's been going on for a while, and I am extremely pleased to say that I developed it today. Like I hadn't developed it much until today. That's part of the challenge. I started the concept, Witchkeeper. Then I started with the brainstorming. That was the first couple hours. Then I built an outline of chapter by chapter, and I did outline this one. I actually normally discovery write a lot, but I made a very loose outline to go off of, and it's gonna be about 30 chapters, 100,000 words. I always have a goal set. I usually set that sort of thing up at the beginning of the project. So that's where I'm at now. Regardless, here we go. I prepped. I made the chapter by chapter outline. I also made something else that a lot of writers don't talk about, but I learned about in Michael Moorcock's book of interviews, Death is No Obstacle, wherein he would write a novel in 4 days, a 60,000 word novel in 4 days, but he'd be typing. So I imagine that was a lot more difficult than the old body and the old mind. But he would have a list of motifs and images that he was going to use in the story, or he could use in the story and just pull out anytime he wanted. And that is my other preparation. I made a list of those for this book. I made about 20 or 30 images that I'm going to include in the book, probably recurring, so as to make the book, tie the book together. And that's why motifs are actually useful, and they're not just a thing English teachers talk about, I think, personally. Though I was an English major, so take that with a grain of salt. All right, so here we go. I've got my outline. I've got my motif pal. That's what I call it, the list of motifs. And I have a big character development bit that I did earlier. So now how am I going to do it? Now I can dictate very quickly, about 110 words a minute. I'm talking pretty fast now, but that's not all. I go about this rate when I'm dictating, if not faster. So that is about as fast as I do. And of course, the other elements included are my chemical intake. So the key here is to dictate for about 14 or 15 hours. 15 hours is probably my goal, though they won't be complete hours. The math adds up better otherwise. So I'll be checking in throughout the night. I'll be coming back here. I'll be streaming additional videos, and they'll mostly be a little shorter than this one. And I know this one is pretty short, but they're just going to be updates on how I'm doing. So watch this space, and don't let me point at the screen again. That was kind of embarrassing. So yeah, watch this space, and I'll only be drinking coffee and water tonight, basically. So there. Also, check down below. You can find a link to my mailing list, and you can find a link to my books related to there. So wish me luck, and thank you. Thank you all for watching, paying attention. And if you want to learn about writing, there's a lot of great podcasts about writing, but I also have one. It's called Alive After Reading. It's a little weird. I know the title needs work. But and then when I talk to other authors, and we talk about process and stuff. So check that out, mentalcellarpublications.com. And yeah, I'm going to get to work in a little bit here. But first, I have dishes to do and a lot of writing to get to after that. So wish me luck, folks, and thanks a lot for watching.